Anybody's gonna kill my creation, I'm gonna do it.
What's up, Alphas? It's your boy, Alphas. Mate, looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. And we grinding today. We also gonna pay our respects to the wonderful, amazing, part of the best tag team in the world, Jay Briscoe. Rest in peace. Prayers to his family, his kids, his wife, all that going through. If y'all don't know, in the description, there's literally a go to the GoFundMe for their family. So it's in the description below. So go down there, check it out if you want to support their family. If he's one of your favorite wrestlers, he's one of our tag teams of the year. Was candidate,
most definitely,
and he's probably one of the biggest ROH legends there is, if not the biggest.
Most definitely.
2013 beat Kevin Steen for the ROH championship.
Bruh, if you want to go down the list, it's actually crazy.
Go down the core. Let's go.
he debuted May 20th of 2000, 13-time Ring of Honor tag team champion, 2-time Ring of Honor heavyweight champion, ROH and New Japan 6-man tag team champions, CZW tag champion, FIP tag team champion, 3-time GCW champion, HOG champion, Impact tag, Jersey All-Pro tag. They won the Crockett Cup, New Japan tag, and the Noah Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. And I left out all of the smaller indie promotions that they won championships for, too. So I think you get the picture.
Yeah. So like I said, we didn't have time to be sad. And as a celebration, because he is one of the greatest of all time. And I also want to pay respect to him, especially if his ROH career. Rumor is I am not going to stay on this. WB didn't want them on TV, which, if true,
that is what they said, which is garbage. If you had Dana White UFC debut fucking right after it, after he slapped his wife like a couple weeks ago, but you're not going to let the Briscoes on TV over a tweet that was over a decade old. And I don't know if anyone took the time to look on Twitter, but there was a plethora of LGBTQI plus A community member wrestlers that came out and just talked about how much Jay had changed and how much he had strove to change. And it's so lame. Like, we tell people they need to redeem themselves, and then we make it redeeming them the hardest thing in the world. And it's just kind of jive that we did it for Jay. In my opinion.
Yeah, but like I said, we don't want to stay on that stuff. We want to celebrate him. I saw they won tag team of the year. I mean, they won tag match of the year with in Fightful Awards.
Yep.
So I saw that. Shout out to the Fightful Award.
Shout out to Dax Harwood for the message at the end too. That shit was deep.
Yeah, so shout out to all that. Shout out to the FTR. Shout out to everybody, but shout out to the free show that's going AEW ROH is doing. That's going to be on YouTube.
Yeah, even though it should have been on Dynamite. Let's be honest. Last night, Wednesday's Dynamite, the Dynamite itself should have been a tribute show to Jay Briscoe. It shouldn't have had to be filmed an hour afterwards, bruh. Even if it was,
I think that would have been hard. I think Rampage would have had to do it, but
no, I don't even know, bruh. All of the matches,
everybody you want and the orchestrated the matches, but you want to do
you've got enough
and all that.
You've got enough core members that they've had amazing matches with to do something, though. It's not like there weren't a plethora of old ROH.
Well, if you want to do it right, you probably want to wait a few, try to make sure you get everything right.
Well, yeah,
right.
I just
because that what happened when it happened Tuesday. Then NXT,
it happened Tuesday.
You had 24 hours to get everything you want. Some people might not have been able to give
everything they thought. You're right. I wasn't thinking about it like that. I really wasn't. You're right. There wasn't enough time to where you could plan out the tribute that he deserves. But it feels so lame that fucking all we got Excalibur mentioning it a couple times, and I hate it because at low key it put a damper on the whole night. Like, all through Wednesday, there were some decent matches on Dynamite. None of them were super great, I feel like, but there were some good matches on that, and the whole cloud of Jay Briscoe dying the day before just sort of fell over it for the whole of Wednesday. I feel like. But on a positive note, though, while we're talking about AEW, I got some flack for saying that I watched the fucking John Moxley and Hangman match, fucking going fast forwarding through it. So I went back and I watched it at regular speed. And if I take my feelings about the two individuals out, it was a good wrestling match.
I told you it was good.
But in the grand scheme of things, I don't actually change how I feel about them. So it's still fuck both of them niggas. But I mean, they worked a decent match. I can only be a hating ass nigga to a certain degree.
I'm gonna say something that might be controversial to a lot of people right now. I have liked AEW the last 2 weeks, and my least favorite thing is completely opposite of the whole entire last year, in which I didn't like AEW as much. And my favorite thing was MJF been my least favorite thing, and he was my favorite the whole last year.
Yeah,
and the shows was trash to me. But then, and he was the only thing I liked. Now, the last 2 weeks, he's been the least favorite thing, and the show's been good to me.
But I think part of the heel charm though of MJF though is that he can, and he knows this, he can really make the fans dislike him, like genuinely dislike him.
It was just like,
well, no, I'm just talking about because I've seen a lot of people be like, "Oh, I don't care for MJF as much since he's came back and he's played it up how he doesn't wrestle that much and this and that." And I know that's not what you're saying, but I'm saying from a perspective of, hey, I'm a heel, I want these people to hate me. I understand it, but what point is it to where I want these people to hate me, but I want them to tune in to watch and hate me, or when do you the point where they don't want to watch me? You know what I mean?
I'm sitting there watching. I'm like,
because there's a difference between wanting to hate watch somebody and not wanting to watch them at all. Not wanting to watch somebody at all is real hate.
Yeah. For instance, he did a promo the other day, and people were upset that he like did something, and I'm like, I didn't even pay attention to that because I didn't care what he was saying because he did Freddie Prinze, and I'm like, that was kind of weak. It's kind of like Max Caster's raps and got lately, and I'm like, I feel like he's trying to insert too many like topics.
He's tried hard for the current events.
Yeah, and I'm like, that don't really. It ain't really.
He might have booked himself into a corner, like writer-wise. He might not have the pen to keep it going.
And I'm like, kind of is not as. Even though I still love the Claim.
They're still amazing in the ring.
They give me hype.
They bring the energy.
I just can't wait till the rap part get done, and then they start talking.
Yeah,
and then I'm like, oh yeah, it gets better when
Max Caster might have been he might have lost his.
I think everybody expect him
stale. If we're gonna be real.
Yeah, I remember even in the Ruthless Aggression era, John Cena used to rap, but it wasn't like every week.
But bro, I was just looking at a fucking a John Cena promo where he came out and rapped, and he was going at Chavo and Eddie, and it was the most racist rap ever, bruh. Like he told, no, I'm not even joking. He told the niggas they should go. He said they should go to Home Depot and try and get jobs. Freaking they should be cleaning up Madison Square Garden, not wrestling in it. I mean, it was wild, and I had forgot about it, but I was like, dang, Ruthless Aggression was still has some attitude. Like I think a lot of people feel like the Ruthless Aggression was like an immediate segue into the PG era, but it wasn't. It was still pretty.
Now, 2009, Randy Orton was doing menacing behavior. Like,
true that.
That man had an old 90-year-old man. He pushed him down some steps, and then did Mick Foley. And then
but you got to remember, it was 2019, wasn't it? When freaking 2019, 2020, when freaking Randy Orton was turning off the light and putting on night vision goggles to go in and beat Mark Henry and freaking the Big Show and somebody else with a fucking lead pipe. It was 2019. He had night vision goggles. You remember that?
He couldn't night vision goggles.
He went in there and beat them with a lead pipe while he had fucking night vision goggles on.
I don't blame him too. Mark Henry and Big Show are some huge dudes.
I was
Bro.
gonna say them are some big guys. I'd have broke them down with the pipe too. I ain't gonna lie.
Cut the lights off so they can't see me. And
Yeah, he was smart. That nigga cut the lights off, put down the goggles, went in there. He was only in there for about 15, 20 seconds. He whapped with the pipe real quick, light came back on. I was like, damn, this nigga just beat down 300+ pound men in like 30 seconds with a lead pipe and some night vision goggles. He nasty. And then old Ric Flair was in there too, just laying on the floor. I was like, damn, I hope he just scared Ric Flair and he didn't actually hit him with the pipe.
Like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Like I said, in the comments in the description below, there is a thing for Jay Briscoe and his family if you want to support.
We made sure it was the right one, right? Because I know there was a fake one going around, and then I saw a retraction, and they posted the. It's like a gift.
I went to Sean Ross app.
Okay, yep. Then you got the right one then.
Yeah, so
yeah, you got the right one.
Sean Ross app.
It's like it's give, send, go. I do believe.
Yeah, that's the one. So it's in the description. So go support that.
Most definitely.
I looked at multiple ones just to make sure they had the same one. It appears to be the same one. So
yeah,
hopefully there's nothing wrong with it. Also, we ain't got it today, but we will have it. But the tip thing over there will be in the description on the pinned tweet starting probably next week. So be on the lookout for that. And also super chats and super thanks on this, and super thanks will be on the shorts that we'll be doing a lot of starting next month. So I'm looking forward to the super chats. And now we got to talk about The Rock, and is he lying, Tori?
Oh, I know.
For y'all that don't know, The Rock came out and said he don't know if he don't believe he could do it, so he declined because he has to get in shape and not enough time for WrestleMania to get in shape. Now, if The Rock really were planning on doing this, the reason why I think he's lying is because The Rock, they have hinted at this for almost 2 years that he is going to Hollywood, and since Roman Reigns been the champion, that has literally been the fantasy storyline. I think Tori's going out right now, so but
am I?
Yeah, so basically the storyline has been there for 2 years. It has been 2 full years of this storyline. Please don't tell me that all of a sudden, I didn't have enough time to get ready. Bro, they have probably asked you for 2 years to do this storyline. Since he came back as champion, as the tribal chief, the fact that he involved family automatically insinuated that you would be here. And everyone guessed that you wouldn't do last year because you was filming Black Adam, and you've been preparing for that all year. But once Black Adam was over, everyone assumed that they would be wanting you to do it. So it ain't like they just sprung this on you at the last minute. Stone Cold probably had less time to get prepared than you did. Stone Cold Steve Austin clearly had less time than you to prepare for his match. And I know you have been training longer than Stone Cold, Dwayne. Dwayne, I know you have been preparing longer than Stone Cold for this. You always stay in shape. Stone Cold had to get in shape from a beer belly. And you're telling me that The Rock, now in-ring shape is different. But the reason I'm disagreeing with it is because, of course, The Rock is probably one of the most active people in wrestling at getting in shape and staying in shape. Like, again, I will say this again. Stone Cold had less time to prepare than you did. And Stone Cold had a gut, and he admitted it, and he got in shape from, like, when was that, Tori? From January to March?
Yeah, he got in there.
Well, no, it wasn't December. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong when it was.
Yeah, I was going to say the dates are, but it still wasn't a super long time.
Yeah, Stone Cold had a gut and got it. You was already in shape. All you had to do is get in ring shape, and it's January, and you got like almost, 2 months?
But this could be a lie. Let's be honest.
Said it's a lie, but Torque, you gonna defend that why it wouldn't be a lie?
Well, I mean, if this was any other thing but wrestling, yeah, I'd defend why it wasn't a lie. But I mean, it's probably a lie. I hope it's a lie, but it offers some very interesting questions, freaking booking wise. Because if you're having Cody come back at the Rumble, like he said, and he's going to win the Rumble, is Roman Reigns main event in both nights of WrestleMania? You have him fucking, You have him against Rock one night and Cody the next, or vice versa, or because Brett, the way they built this, Cody can't win the Royal Rumble and then not win the belt, bro. That can't be the case. So
if Vince booked it, it could have been.
no, but you got to Vince booked this Cody shit. Vince booked this. This wasn't anybody else booking this. This was
Oh
before.
no, I'm just saying Vince will go against the grain just to.
Bro, was something that was allegedly partially his idea.
From what I read, according to Dave, it is Dave Meltzer.
It's Dave though. It's Uncle Dave. I'm taking it all with a grain of salt.
He said Vince didn't have a plan for him to win the title. And I'm like, what was the storyline? Why did you give him that?
I don't believe that at all.
Storyline?
You don't have that nigga come back and say he's here to win the belt that his daddy lost in the garden and fucking he ain't getting the belt. Bullshit. I don't care how against the grain Vince McMahon intends. He's not going that against the grain. Come on now.
They are clearly separating the tag belts now because the SmackDown is going to be defended in that championship. What they just had? What's it called?
Yeah, they had a little eliminator 4-way to see who was going to face him.
Yeah, for the SmackDown tag champion. And then they have it's what's the name that's going after the Raw tag team champions now.
Oh,
so they clearly are splitting these belts.
Man,
I'm like the tag team, but my problem with the trips. This is my problem with it.
But you gotta think Vince is back on. Did you see the tweet from Brian Solomon that said he'd been going to Stanford on business for the last couple months since like August, and he said since Vince had left, when he passed by Titan's Tower, Vince's office lights were always off. He said he didn't go for a couple weeks, and he went back again last week, and the lights in Vince's office are back on in Titan Tower. So,
well, he fired a bunch of people by
true that. So, but I'm just saying that's kind of it's ominous. We talk about Vince like he's this evil specter that's just looming over the product. I mean, he is, but it's funny that we noticed niggas were taking note that the light of, because Vince is it's a legendary office. We've all seen it. The goddamn T-Rex skull in the wall and shit. You know what I mean? Fourth floor.
Shout out AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan at the time for fighting in his office.
Yeah,
that was a good one. That was a good part.
The pandemic wrestling. That was Money in the Bank.
Mysterio got thrown off somehow Rey Mysterio got thrown off a building and came back the next week.
Don't forget, Rey Mysterio lost his eye on TV and then grew it back too. Rey Mysterio's built different.
And he got thrown off Titan Tower and came back the next week.
Exactly.
COVID era was different, dog.
Yeah, it was mad different. But I'm saying, if you think about freaking niggas was watching to make sure that it's the corner office on the 4th floor. Niggas know which office is Vince, and they were like, okay, the lights is off. And they've been off for months. And then we get the news, and the first time the nigga drives by it since then, the lights are back on. Vince is back in the chair.
Yeah, but like I was saying, my problem, Triple H, is you are separating the tag title when the Usos on both shows regularly. But you won't separate the world. Well, seemingly you won't separate the world title when Roman Reigns is never on Raw except for like an anniversary show, which he will be for this week.
Yeah, but I understand that to a certain degree, though. You got to wait for that. Everybody, it's got to be somebody appropriate to take one of the belts off of Reigns. I feel like it can't just be anybody.
So is Cody taking the WWE title and then Roman gonna hold the SmackDown title for 1,000 days to break Bruno Sammartino?
Yeah, maybe. But no, he's had the longest title reign officially in 3 decades now, when he finally surpassed Gunther's reign as the UK champion. Freaking, he got 872 days to Gunther's. Well, it's more than that now, but to the Gunther than Walter's 871 days as the NXT UK champ.
Roman Reigns is clear on his way SummerSlam when it be 3 years, right? Well, a little after SummerSlam.
Yeah, for the Universal title.
So he'll be that long. That's a crazy long reign, and it's actually been good. I'm still curious to what they're gonna do. Now since under Vince it was only Cody, but under Trips I see people like, I kind of don't want Cody to take Sammy out the storyline. You saw
No,
Sammy
but I don't think that's what happens. I think if anything, Sammy costs Roman the belt to Cody in some way. I think you go like that, and then they have a reason to go at it for that Universal belt. And then if Roman's feeling like he's going to take a break from the sport or whatever, like he was saying, what he was going to do, go film a movie, what the fuck ever, then you could do that. You put the belt on Sammy, and
I'm interested. To see what they do.
but that's just me fantasy booking some shit. So who knows how it's actually going to go.
But it got so many different ways you can go.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of moving parts. But that's smart because still if one person gets injured, it could mess up the whole story. Unless it's Solo Sikoa or Paul Heyman are the only people that could afford to get injured in the storyline.
To be honest, if we've been honest, you can also say maybe Jimmy. But you have to get the tag titles off of them real quick.
Yeah,
but then
maybe
if Jimmy do get hurt, you can do the New Day rule and have one of the other members of the stable replace him.
Yeah, the Freebirds rule. Don't change it to Vince's lingo. It's always been the Freebird rule. It's still the Freebird rule. God damn it.
Yeah, so it's like you could do that. So I guess you can have. I don't think Jay could be in it.
Damn, Vince got you saturated like that. You didn't even call that shit the Freebird rule, nigga. What? That's crazy. Vince coming back, that nigga shook.
But listen, like I said, it's a lot of things that can happen in one of the best storylines. If they finish it out right, it could be amazing.
Oh yeah, but there are a lot of ways it can fuck up too. If I'm being honest,
I think it. I think they did. Triple H did such a great job. You can go a bunch of ways and people still be happy.
So you think it's cool either way, whether Sammy wins or loses? Because if he loses, he can still take one of the sets of tag titles off of somebody.
Yeah, the fact they added to Jay and what's his name beef, and they can turn it around was Sammy like, Jay, I didn't really like you, or Jay, I knew you was a traitor the whole time and set you up, and then they go for the tag title with Kevin Owens. Or Sammy can win the world title, or Cody can win the world title, and he cost him a bunch of different things can happen. Sammy can even turn on them, so it's like they set it up now. At first, it was a little easy to mess up to me because it was either because you didn't know anybody else that could do something, but they didn't got Sammy, they didn't got Kevin so over. Like legit, well, if Sammy betrayed Roman and cost him the belt against Kevin Owens, one of them at least, I don't know. No, it's two of them. Yeah, people might not even be mad if Sammy costs it for Kevin Owens to win. That's how crazy that is right now.
But do you give up that streak of how long Romans went without being pinned, though?
I think people are more okay with it than they would have been. I believe if you did this before SummerSlam of last year, I think people would be absolutely irate if you did that. Now, people like, I don't want that. But if it adds to the story, it could be a swerve that we didn't expect. And they ain't the final piece of the story. So where do it go? And then you got the acknowledgement ceremony where everybody from all generations of the Noah family have to show up to acknowledge Roman Reigns.
That's a lot of plane tickets, nigga.
That's on
and do
Monday.
You have the Fallons show up too? Does Jacob Fatu pop up?
I want Wolf Tongue and them show.
Hey, that's lit.
Jacob Fatu Tongue.
Bruh, what if The Rock and Roman have a lumberjack match with the whole tribe on the outside of the ring?
You can even do factions and bring like Jacob Fatu and Tonga.
They're never going to bring him in, though. That felony fucked him. It's fucked up, but it's the truth.
Well, if they sell it, they might be a little more okay with it. What you think?
I don't know, bro.
Hey, the shareholders we don't care about no share. We're about to sell anyway.
Yeah, good fuck.
By the way, they are I believe they 100% sell. I know a lot of people saying they ain't selling it just to play. They are, bro. It's certain they wouldn't hire that company. Vince hired that company, not JP Morgan, the other company, Vince hired them, so you don't pay them money not to at least do a partial sale. Which Nick
Yeah.
Khan hinted at, by the way. Nick Khan said he might
a
not sell the whole
partnership
thing,
with somebody.
which scares me a little more because at first, if it's a full sale, I'm like, he ain't gonna sell Saudi Arabia. But for the partial sale, that maniac might
it could
do
be Saudi Arabia. If it's just a
could be a
partial
half-
partnership, it could be Saudi Arabia.
I'm
If it-
like, oh,
You think if Vince could get $3 billion out of a partial deal, you think it's going down?
probably. I don't think nobody else but Saudi Arabia would do a partial deal with Vince.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. But I saw on the
Maybe Endeavor, or maybe Liberty.
But I saw that on the sports booking websites, they have the odds for who they think are going to buy them, and Comcast is the resounding favorite to buy.
Oh yeah, I got that list in the description below. If y'all want to know, I do have that list by Overbook, I think.
Yeah.
I think they got them at 58% because most people believe they are buying. Most people. Comcast, from what I hear, Comcast.
It would make sense for Comcast to buy. I don't think we talked about them, but I mean, if you think about it, it definitely makes sense.
Well, Comcast is Universal NBC, so.
Oh, is it? Well,
yeah, they all the same brackets.
Oh, yeah. They never.
NBC.
I mean, then we definitely talked about that. Then that's who we think's gonna buy them too.
Yeah, I know most people assume that. Okay, they just showed.
Sense, so.
Okay, I'm finna put this on the screen. Let me put this on the screen real quick. WB did this 6 hours ago. We're gonna share this. We're gonna share the screen with y'all. Let me share it real quick. Interesting photo to put up today. A week before the Royal Rumble. That is a very interesting thing to put up 6 hours ago. Take a look back at the final moments of the last 10 Royal Rumbles. I don't remember. I'm just saying that is a very interesting photo to put up to her. What do you think?
I said Tori? I thought they were lying. I mean,
that is a very interesting.
It's
photo.
Wrestling, bro. It's one of the only sports where it's truly okay to lie about anything. The fans will forgive you.
The picture in the background even got like Black Adam stuff on it,
which is funny.
Do you think Tony Khan and Shad Khan would do a partial deal with Vince?
No.
But they're cheaping the price for him, so he can.
But no, I don't think Vince would enter a partnership with them. Vince isn't a partner with his. That would be too much like taking an L to Vince. He ain't doing that, bro. Come on.
But my question is,
Vince is one of the most prideful men on the planet. If we're gonna keep it a stack.
But this is my thing about it, though.
No, I
don't think Vince ever saw them as competition.
No, he probably didn't. But if he's looking at it on paper, it's different, nigga.
But where's Tony Khan had the most problem with
you asked me what I thought. That's all I'm saying.
What?
I'm just saying.
I have a question. Tony Khan had more of a problem. He like, yo, they always treated me good until recently. And the recently was when Triple H came.
But no, Triple H has been there the whole time. Come on now.
I'm talking about Ed in charge of what they're doing.
Oh,
remember they were sending videos in to each other that they allowed Johnson, what's the name, to show up on AEW and do a thing. They allowed Chris Jericho and them to come on there, and they was like, okay, we cool.
Yeah, but
all a little more friendly. Cause I promise you, I'm being honest. I don't think Vince is even aware of what AEW doing or care. I'm just
I think he knows, but knowing and caring.
No, I don't think
Tori. I think
Tori,
he knows. I don't think he cares.
Tori, he doesn't remember the people from NXT.
Well, no, but I'm just saying.
I don't.
You got to remember, this is the same man who strategically snuffed out the whole territory system in this country, bro.
Tori, he felt like they were competition.
Bruh, but I'm saying this is still that same nigga. He may be older now, but it's still the same dude. Let's not act like he didn't try to buy New Japan. That's what the whole WWE Japan endeavor that they then shut down was. Come on now.
But that was to buy him. That wasn't.
But I'm saying, let's not act like.
I don't think Vince sees them as much of a competition as he does.
No, but I'm saying I think Vince knows.
I think he sees them as some indie wrestling thing that's cute.
Because it's another nigga that's got as much money. It's a nigga with more money than him. I think Vince is aware. And let's not, bruh, the feud he had with Ted Turner behind the scenes.
That's because he actually viewed them. That's actually because he viewed them as competition. They actually beat them.
Yeah, I know. But
what was winning.
No, but I'm saying the threat, the underlying is still there, and I don't see Vince McMahon as
I don't think Vince thinks the AEW
no, but I'm saying
get over 1 million viewers.
No, but
on average a year.
Yeah, but I'm saying Vince ain't getting the viewers like he used to.
But he don't believe he gonna go that low.
Well, Raw almost touches 1 million viewers from time to time. Let's keep it a stack.
That's still 500,000 more with football is competition, in which the Cowboys is getting. The Cowboys got 30 million.
I don't know shit about that. But what I'm saying is
during the same time Raw was on 30 million.
I think you're doing the same thing that everybody else did, and you're underestimating the shrewdness of Vince McMahon.
I think he just old and don't care.
No, well, bruh, like I said, you don't have
pay
to,
me enough money to pay all these women off.
No. Nick Khan, Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, someone has mentioned Tony Khan and his startup to Vince at some point in time.
Vince sit there and be like, listen, I got to pay off these secretaries.
No, but bro, we know for a fact, because remember the reports of how pissed off Vince was when Chris Jericho, because before Chris Jericho left, went and did the Painmaker run in New Japan. He told Vince, oh, I'd never compete against you on American soil, and then he came back and was the inaugural fucking AEW champion. And we got the reports of how pissed off Vince McMahon was about that. And yes, I know Jericho showed up later on the show, but I'm saying he knows about AEW. That doesn't mean he cares.
He likes Chris Jericho. He lied to him.
No, but I'm saying, bruh. I just think you're underestimating the man. That's all I'm saying.
Bro, I've seen Vince go at people he don't like.
I have too.
He will openly diss them very happily.
I'm an avid hate watcher of Vince McMahon. I know what Vince McMahon's done. I know the L's. I know the W's.
He did the Pat McAfee interview. He like, you don't want to talk about them. He like, you can talk about them. I don't care.
Yeah, but like I said, bro, I'm not saying he cares. I'm saying he knows.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think he cares to sell to him if they give him the right money.
I don't think, bro. I'll be highly surprised. Would you bet? You wouldn't bet money on him selling it to Tony Khan.
I got Comcast first and Disney, but
that's what I'm saying. You wouldn't.
But I'm just saying if it's like Disney and all them be like, I don't want to give you any power, and Tony Khan be like, listen, you can still be the CEO. I think you have a better argument. I think you have the better chance of Tony Khan being like, listen, I don't want you as CEO, and that's why the deal fell through, than Vince not willing to sell.
But no, I'm saying I still don't see it happening. I don't care by what ways it falls apart. I don't see it happening.
Tori, you know Tony Khan won Book of the Year multiple times. I'm just saying, the Book of the Year can get it done.
Look, you asked me a question. I was just giving you the answer.
I was just asking. I'm just trying to put the argument out there so people.
I know. That's why I told you. I was like, that would.
So you going in and out again?
2022.
Yeah, you going out again, but Tori be right back with us. But 100%, I think it can happen. That's just how I think it could perfectly happen. I think Vince McMahon can sell to them, even though I'm going Comcast, Disney, and Amazon is my top 3, and I think whoever offers the most could get it, unless Vince is dead set on doing. Then I think Endeavor, Liberty, Tony Khan, and Saudi Arabia gets to do it. My final thoughts on it, I'm gonna say it one more time since Tori wasn't here. I think it's Comcast, Amazon, and Disney / Fox, whichever one. Unless Vince is 100% like I'm staying here, then I think you can add in Liberty, Endeavor, Saudi Arabia, and Warner Brothers / Tony Khan. I think you can put them in that category only if Vince is like, I'm staying no matter what.
Wait. Hold on. Selling to Warner Brothers and selling to Tony Khan are two different things.
I think they could go. Shad Khan might go.
No. Them are two different things.
Or it could be 1-on-1. They could do both of them. I know
I
Shad
was
Khan
gonna
got a
say
good relationship with them.
I might see Warner Brothers before I'd see freaking Tony Khan.
But you know, Warner Brothers get it. They're gonna be basically a working relationship with
I
Tony Khan.
I don't know, bruh. I don't think Tony Khan's too much of a favorite at the Turner Broadcast Network studios. If I'm gonna keep it a stack.
Shout out to the Jaguars. They won. They probably gonna get spanked this week. We'll talk about it later tonight in about 3 hours on the show. Friday Night Lights featuring Unico Williams. I don't even know Unico. I gotta call him. But we'll do that show tonight on the Sports Channel. So go follow over on 99 Sports Channel. It's over there over on 99 Sports. Go follow that. Remember to
Press
like
the
and
buttons.
subscribe. And remember, in the description below, there is a GoFundMe for Jay Briscoe family. So remember to go down there and go check that out. If you have the funds, I'm not saying you got to, not trying to get you into it, but if you got it, go do it. And also, like I said, go follow some of my people. You know what I'm saying? Go follow the Blur Cartel. They are there. Go follow Kid Creative Player. He's co-owner with me, as you can see. Got this hat back in 2013 when I made this. Follow BMT, Business Mind Talk. Shout out to BMT.
Yeah,
And also, like I said, it's a super chat down there if you want a monetary support. These are usually not monetized. So Tori better than Joe at this, but Tori's still Tori. So it's not monetized. So hit that super chat if you want to support us financially and help this media company grow so we can be in the whole studio. Me, Tori, Joe, whoever, Monte, Twan, whoever. We might still do Tori outside because Tori probably ain't moving no up. But
hell no.
Well, we'll have everybody else in the studio. We'll have everybody else in the studio have Tori on a big wall with a projector or something that'd be look cool.
Yes.
So we'll have that going and we can get this show on the road doing amazing things. I do appreciate y'all, by the way. But Tori, what do you think about? Who do you think? How do you feel about? I'm trying to think how to say this. Do you think the AEW women division is improving? How you feel about it? Because I seen Tony Storm. I've been wanting to ask you. I didn't even do it in the group chat because I want to be shocked. The Tony Storm Saraya heel turn on Willow, and all of a sudden they making it originals versus the thing, which I think was interesting. I was like, hey, these people that ain't never been nowhere. They basically still in CM Punk lines, which I thought was dope. These kids ain't never been nowhere. I'm like, CM Punk said it.
Yeah, he did.
We
just got the reports that CM Punk is allegedly just on ice. There's been no further talks of releasing him
or coming back. So we'll see what they do with that.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's been no talk of him coming back, but there's been no talk of buying him out like there was at the beginning. Yeah. So if he's just gonna pay him to not be on TV for fucking however long, whatever.
How you feel about the women's division?
Bro, I still don't like it. A couple of good matches doesn't make a whole division. Still talk 5 names. 5 names don't make a women's division.
But we had it. So is Britt Baker gonna be a face?
I guess, but that's kind of, I don't know if she's good at that. I mean, maybe she'll be an amazing face, but I feel like when she tried to be,
then you got Sheeta.
I feel like when she was a baby face before, they didn't care all like that, and that's why she flipped heel again. And but you got to remember how smart the AEW base audience is. So sometimes they're just gonna fuck with shit to be fucking with it. If we're gonna be honest. And perception is half the battle. So if she looks crazy trying to be a baby face and on TV, we're gonna think that she's bad at it, even if she's decent.
Does Ruby Soho turn on there and go with the other guy?
Yeah, because I mean she sort of has to, doesn't she? She ain't no AEW homegrown. That bitch came from WWE too.
No, I was like it'd be very weird if she like don't do a turn on Willow.
Yeah, but I think they're trying to get a push. I thought they were going to try and get a push out of her and Willow as a tag team. That's why they had her all covered in blood, and they did the Dudley Boys tribute and whatnot.
I saw a lot of people mad about the blood. I'm like, I wasn't mad. I just don't care
It
about
was a
AEW
little
blood
egregious,
no
though, bruh. It
more.
was a little much. Like, think if you had your kid, no, but think if you had your nephew sitting there with you, do you want him seeing that? Honestly,
To be fair, I probably wouldn't take my nephew to an AEW show. He likes Seth Rollins. He gonna
but
see
you
Seth
see,
Rollins.
and we're not even talking taking him to a show. I'm talking about would you let him sit on the couch and watch it on the TV at home? That particular match, I didn't think so. And I'm a scumbag, so like I probably would let kids watch that match. I'm not gonna lie, but regular, upstanding citizens that are paying money to see this product, that are spending the money to buy the merch, they're not gonna want their kids to see that.
But to be fair, I don't think my nephew would be as interested in AEW as WWE. It's not as fun to me. To me, it's not that it's not fun. It's wrestling, but it's pure wrestling. WWE is like Seth
really
Rollins is my nephew's favorite character because
it's a whole bunch of fucking high spots.
My nephew loves Seth Rollins because he's a character who just runs around and say, "Play my song" and do all that stuff like that. And it's fun to him. Nobody in AEW does that. So
what about Orange Cassidy?
He might think Orange Cassidy fun, but Orange
what
Cassidy.
What about Danhausen? Everybody loves Danhausen.
I don't know if Danhausen quite my nephew's cup of tea, but
I don't know. Once you see Danhausen pour a bag of teeth into somebody's mouth and then knee him in the face.
Yeah, I don't know if he cares much about that. He might. He likes scary stuff. So
exactly. But see, you're making my point. And we're talking about the male roster that has some amazing performers. We're not talking about the lackluster women's division, which is where we started at. You know what I mean? So, I mean, sometimes you just got to call it like you see it.
But Orange Cassidy ain't never on TV either. That's what makes me upset too.
I don't know. He's got the most title defenses in AEW history right now with 10 defenses of the
all of them on Rampage. I don't watch Rampage, so I know how my nephew gonna.
No, but I'm saying
and AEW
he's got
dark
the numbers. But I'm just saying, I'm just talking about the numbers. He's the longest reigning champion. I mean, he's had the most title defenses of any champion, regardless of the range and length of their reign. And he ain't been the All-Atlantic champion but 2 months, maybe.
Becky Lynch, the man, is so good at promo. I saw that Monday. It was amazing. She just like connects with the crowd well as a babyface. It's a great thing to see. What I think they made inroads. They got to keep improving, but I think the AEW Women Division made inroads to it. It's a lot better than it was 2 months ago.
I'll say it better, but that doesn't make the division good.
It's a lot better than it was 2 weeks
ago. And like
ago.
I said, a couple of amazing females does not make a division. Even if they've only got 10 names on the roster that we care about, that's still not enough to freaking make a wrestling. That's not enough for a woman's division. It's not, bro. And it's not just me being a hater. And I can be a hater. Anyone who's been watching the show for any amount of time, you know that. I'm straightforward with it. But it's crazy that, and I mean, I don't think Paige has been that good since she got there, or Saraya, whatever her name is. Like I said, if she's smart, I just saw, shout out to Kylan King. I saw her on Twitter debating on whether or not she should start an OnlyFans. She got the idea. That's all I'm saying. And Paige already got a base to start off of, let's be honest. She can make millions and not be worrying about paralyzing herself.
Next week we are gonna do. I'm gonna update y'all. Next week we are gonna do our Rumble predictions.
I was gonna say next week is the Royal Rumble. Next Saturday, yo.
So next Friday we'll do our Rumble predictions. What woman, what man will we pick to win the Royal? Who we pick the surprises? Which I want to actually talk about a little bit today before we get off the show. We're about to get off, but according to WWE officials, after talking to Sean Ross Sapp, and I think they even said it today, they said, "Why did you announce Cody early?" They're like, "We are very confident in our surprises."
Yeah, Vince, entrant number 30.
Vince would tear all this done. By the way, Kylan King, Ashley the Most, Mariah May, Billy Starks, Zaya
Shout out Billy
Brookside.
Stark, Space Jesus.
I like Zaya Brookside too. Trisha Dora are all free agents right now.
Yeah, and all of them have promising futures. Every single one of them, especially Space
AEW,
Jesus though.
so AEW, you got a hold. You can make it 15, so Tori don't be as mad.
NXT. I need Billy to go to NXT immediately. Freaking.
Did
I
you
need to
see
see.
Sol Ruka versus Alba Fire was amazing, and NXT wasn't even good last week. I will say I've been bragging on NXT because it's been so much better. But
I still just been
Tuesday was
watching clips. I ain't finna watch
Tuesday was not good,
NXT.
even though I know the Jay Briscoe stuff broke during that. I
Yeah.
wasn't enjoying it that much before that because when I saw about 40 minutes in, I still was like, this show was kind of meh. But
Man.
for the most part, for like the last 4 months before that, NXT was hitting out the park. Tyler Bate was a good.
I thought your boy Mello don't miss. Didn't he have a match on that NXT?
He had a tag match, but it was mostly
Uh-huh.
that was man. Trick Williams in that match. I like
I
Trick.
was
Trick
gonna
is
say, I
funny.
heard it wasn't that good. That's the only reason I said something. I heard it wasn't that good.
Hey, bro, Trick Williams got too much time in the ring and Mello didn't.
All
That's all
right.
I'm saying about that.
Look,
Yo,
out here copping please for that nigga.
Trick Williams is funny.
Hey,
He
you know
cannot
if Vince
wrestle,
is
dog.
back in charge. You know if Vince is back in charge, it might be over for your boy Mello.
Shawn Michaels gonna protect Mello with all he
Bruh, Shawn Michaels might get up out of there. Let's not play.
But I think he'll like.
Vince
I think he like
sent
Mello. I think he
Devon
think
Dudley on his way, bruh. I mean, he said they parted amicably and came to it, but let's be honest, they were cleaning house and they let old Devon go. So now we might have to see the Dudleys come back together at their ripe old age of in their 50s and
nobody want to
wrestle
watch it on
again.
Impact. We already don't want. I'm already tired of sitting Bubba Ray here on Impact.
Yeah, bro. And I hate it because I love the Dudleys, bro. I love the Dudleys from WCW, ECW, bro. I love the Dudleys in general, but man, I'm tired of seeing these older wrestlers wrestle and it's not because I don't enjoy watching them. It's because I think, man, what if they actually get hurt? Like, recovery rate's different when you're freaking mid 40s, early 50s. I mean, look at Sting. Sting's 63, 64, bro. Sting breaks something, it might be done.
We're not wishing it on. But
No,
I get what Tori's saying.
I'm not wishing that at all. I'm just being honest, bro.
But the one thing I do want to say is that I'm intrigued for the Royal Rumble. I'm excited.
Yeah, I am too. Cody better win though. If Cody shows up, he gotta win.
Do we see Jay White?
That would be sick. And New Japan, bro. If they drop the ball on Jay White and all it takes, I'm an Okada stan, damn near. I love the Rainmaker. That man can wrestle. He's amazing. But, bruh, the way they did Jay White is so freaking crazy. When this dude, along with Will Ospreay, they held down New Japan through the pandemic era, if we're going to keep it for real. When niggas like Okada and Tetsuya Naito were scared to come to work, bruh. I mean, come on. And I'd love to see Switchblade in freaking WWE. I've talked about that many a times. I'd love to see it. I think it'd be amazing. Give me Switchblade versus Seth Rollins any night of the week. Give me Switchblade versus Austin Theory any night of the week. Give me Switchblade versus freaking even to put him with the tag partner. Give me him against freaking Alpha Academy. Freaking, I'd love to, for some reason, I'd like to see Jay White versus Otis. Jay White versus Bray Wyatt. Jay Wyatt versus AJ Styles. Jay White versus Finn Balor. I mean, the matchups are endless, bruh.
Do I actually think we're gonna see Jay White at that point?
That would be crazy. I don't think. Depends on when
he has a match on February 18th, don't he?
Oh no,
with Eddie Kingston in New Japan.
Well, I don't know. It depends on when his contract officially ends. Because if he waited out his contract, there ain't no wait period. He could definitely pop up, and that would be a crazy surprise.
I'm just saying he has a New Japan match scheduled for February 18th against Eddie Kingston in New Japan.
Oh no, never mind. I wouldn't. I keep forgetting Royal Rumble's a week away. No, definitely not.
Yeah. It would be interesting if they just let him show up because he potentially might be there and just be like, we already kind of signed the deal, but
would that show that freaking New Japan sort of playing both sides of the fence between WWE and AEW?
I don't think it even both. I don't think it's a both side of the fence. I think you should just do what's
You know
best for
who
your
I'd like
business.
to see show up in the Royal Rumble?
I didn't like that idea anyway, to her. Of like,
Kota
you like,
Ibushi.
that would be very cool.
Kota Ibushi in the Royal Rumble, bro. Send him in at like 14 or 15. Let him get down to the last 10, maybe 5. That could be a fire moment.
Kyrie Sane and Mercedes Moné in the women's side.
Oh, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. What if they are playing both sides of the fence over in New Japan? I mean, more power to them. I would say more.
You don't owe AEW nothing.
Yeah, that's what I just said. More power to them.
I'm gonna say, we trying to introduce ourselves to the West as much as possible.
Exactly. I'm all about it, but I'm just saying, you know how internet fans react. How do they react to that? How does the core?
Royal Rumble is gonna be way bigger than Royal Rumble is bigger than any event that AEW puts out.
Facts. I'm not arguing that. I'm not gonna argue
y'all
that
can
at
be
all,
mad all you want. Tony can understand. He already said, "Oh, listen, I get it." You know what I'm saying? It's what it is. Like, I didn't like the idea of them being like, "Oh, I'm worried what Tony Khan think." Yo, I'm trying to run a business here. I am not in a legal binding contract with you to do something.
Very true.
If I want to work with both of you, I can work with both of you. I'm trying to grow my business in the West.
Yeah.
And if WWE is finally willing to work with us after all these years,
maybe they're not now that Vince is back, though.
Like I said, I don't think Vince cares. I think he's trying to sell, and that's what he's worried about.
But
I know a lot of people don't
die hard. That's all I'm saying.
Like, I'm just saying, if he caring and trying to just sell it, I'm pretty sure you don't care who they work with. As long as there ain't no criminal that can ruin a deal.
No, but we aren't gonna act like freaking Vince McMahon didn't have a relationship with Antonio Inoki. You know what I mean? So he's got his Japanese ties, even though R.I.P. the legend Antonio Inoki.
Yeah. But most likely, it probably would just be the women if they did anything from Stardom.
Yeah.
And Mercedes Moné is on this grind to say she's taking that IWGP belt in every company, and she keeps saying it. And I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
If you get AEW and WWE, and you are it. You are there.
Hey, Kenny Omega got to get out the way if that happens. The first person who gets an AEW belt and a WWE belt wins wrestling for the decade.
Just hold both of them at every show.
Hey, be honest. If Vince put it out there, was like, let Roman come over, take the belt off of fucking MJF, do you let that happen?
To be fair, Roman might be the only mainstream star in wrestling right now besides Sasha Banks.
That's what I was thinking. That's why I asked.
Like, if you offering Roman and for nothing just to get a belt for a little bit, it would have to be that MJF beats him again to get it back.
Oh, see, but does Vince let you get your lick back, or does Vince send the belt back and be like, fuck it, we're abdicating, but it's still in the books?
Now, it had to be a deal. It had to be a contract. Listen, one of our young stars.
Yeah, a title belt. If you're correct, there has to be a contract involved. There has to be legal.
Everybody know if Roman Reigns go to AEW, people will be interested.
Oh yeah, that's good. Their ratings go through the roof if that happens.
But it's not even that Roman Reigns isn't that much of a need. It's just people be like curious to see.
Oh, if they do a pay-per-view trade-off, if they're like, we'll give you Roman Reigns for one, you give us MJF for one. But no, then we need a rubber match, and WWE gets the rubber match because they're bigger. I feel like, but I don't know if that's fair.
You just do it because it's gonna be like a groundbreaking thing that everybody would watch.
You break the internet with a joint AEW, the real Forbidden Door, the AEW WWE crossover. Sprinkle in some New Japan guys.
I personally believe. I think wrestling needs that just for that one moment. Because I always thought about this one thing. If Kevin Nash did what they wanted to do, how much bigger would WCW been?
Yeah,
When
but Ted Turner wasn't going to do that. Neither was Eric Bischoff going to let that happen.
When they came out of them tanks knocking on the door, Kevin Nash like, let us open that door and let us get on that other show and watch how the ratings spike.
Yeah, if they'd have opened the doors and the NWO would have met them niggas with baseball bats like Kevin Nash said, it would have been different.
You know what I'm saying? You might have just saved your company.
That might have prolonged the life of WCW, which would be counterproductive to Vince's plan.
But they don't have no control over that. Y'all the one who sent them over here. We did.
True. But the niggas came over in a tank after all, bruh.
You know what I'm saying? Open the door and y'all beat them up. We open it and we show up.
You got to think it was Ted Turner
That's why
showing up.
Won, though. They
know.
They went on your show and knocked on your door and you didn't answer, and everybody was like, "Oh,
you didn't answer." But I'm saying that was sort of the real start of the downfall of WCW.
Yeah, you didn't answer
the fact
door.
They didn't open the door.
If a grown man knock on your door, you don't answer. Everybody like, "Oh,
that looks crazy." Yeah, you scared.
And they got a tank.
They do have a tank, but that might have been why you don't open the door. The niggas got a tank.
That makes you look like we ready to go to war with you, WCW. Y'all come outside, and then nobody come outside. At the end of Raw, because Raw like go off after you, you be like, yeah, they were scared.
But the fact that they did it on, was that a taped one or was that live? Because it takes a lot to get a truck together.
It had to be live because Kevin Nash said he heard them knocking on the door.
Yeah, but they could have been there before. They could have been there beforehand. I don't know. I know the logistics of them getting a camera truck together to be able to get the live broadcast. But maybe they did.
I think WWE not gonna put that on camera if WCW does. Come on now, no, y'all not gonna get this all the exclusive footage. You have to show it.
I'm just saying, do you cut you don't think Vince cuts the feed if the door opens though?
If I'm WCW, I'm recording.
Oh, that's smart.
Then we had this big and then it gets very if they did open the door, it gets very
you're right. It would be kind of stupid to open the door without your own camera people there.
Yeah. But you know it'd be real weird. If they open the door and they did a face off, what would have to happen? Because y'all don't know.
No, but think I was gonna say if they'd have opened the door, and you gotta remember these niggas are all still best friends. As far as Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, I was gonna say the click is what happens if they just open the door and Triple H and Shawn Michaels start hugging Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. Hulk Hogan sitting there with a baseball bat saying a racial slur under his breath.
I still want to know what happened if you open that door because it would be completely unscripted. Ain't nobody would know what to do.
Yeah, I was gonna say no one would have known how to react.
Do we just fake fight?
Do they start working or does a shoot brawl happen?
I know it's a shoot brawl because they're all friends, but then you just like
whatever. But see, I remember because they told them when they went not to engage with anyone. They specifically told DX not to get into it with anybody.
So y'all just have you can have a stare down, I guess.
Yeah, but that takes you out of it. Because you can't. If we're gonna be honest, we're still in the '90s, so we weren't all as smart as we were. So it would have looked kind of crazy.
They started doing that and the cameras went off. Everybody be pissed and want to see what happened next week. And then they have to actually. But
then you have to work something out, or you disappoint everybody.
You have to organize something.
But let's be honest. NWO versus DX would have been one of the greatest rivalries of the '90s if it happened.
Right behind Stone Cold and Vince McMahon.
Yeah,
I don't think you could ever top that. Stone Cold called into something that you probably never be able to tap to.
I don't know, bruh. NWO versus DX at the height of the Monday Night War.
You couldn't beat Vince and Stone Cold.
Bruh,
Stone Cold tapped into something that every dude on earth want to fight their boss, bruh. and he got did to do every week. Every week
for a year.
That was in the greatest rivalry ever. And his boss kept trying to screw him, which was amazing.
And he literally never learned. Like, when this nigga showed up in the hospital and hit you with a bedpan, you should have known it was different type of time.
And Triple H like, Stone Cold. Vince had that man arrested like 10 times. He kept arresting Stone Cold. He break out in the police car and come in the ring. Stone Cold broke. Hey, in the 90s, that was wild because they kept saying Stone Cold broke away from the police and stole.
I was going to say, this nigga just escaping out of handcuffs every week. Steals a beer truck, pulls up, sprays down the ring.
That man blew up the Rock's car.
Oh, I meant to ask you, did you see on Twitter where I saw people were mad, and this will be one of the few times that I ever stand up for Tony Khan. They showed an image that they showed before the start of the taping of Dynamite that just said, hey, if you're sitting in the front row, you have to know that you take full accountability of being there, and you got to be watching to make sure any bodies or objects come flying at you, including barricades, chairs, the whole list. And I saw people hating on that, but I was like, that's honestly just smart because, I mean, it's always been the case. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to a wrestling show. Huh?
I didn't know they didn't do that. I thought that was like coming up.
No, but I knew they did, but that's what I'm saying. I didn't know so many people didn't know they did that because there were so many people pissed off about it. I was like, I saw a bunch of the random cringe Twitters posting it. Like, that's not honestly cringe. It's smart because just in case a person doesn't know, because how many people haven't been to a live wrestling show before and don't know that, hey, sitting in the first row, you should be a real fan because there might actually be some danger there.
They do that in basketball.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
If you sit courtside, you have to sign a waiver that you know.
Yeah, but I think this was like the unofficial waiver. You know what I mean? You can't have everybody sign some shit, so you show it on the screen, and it's
on your ticket. It's on your ticket.
Yeah, true that. But I'm saying people. That's why I was surprised why so many people were like, "Oh, this is so cringy. Why would you do?" It's like, bro, this is common sense, common knowledge. What do you mean?
I'd be confused by what people don't know. For y'all that don't know, I'm probably gonna get in my political channel, but Steven Crowder is upset Daily Wire for the most basic principle thing, so I'd be surprised what people don't know. Shout out to SmackDown in Detroit, Michigan, but we about to get off the show. Tori, what was your match of the week?
Match of the week would have to be Darby Allin versus Kushida.
That was actually mine too.
I was gonna say
that armbar was sick.
It was nasty.
Women's match of the week. I don't know. Was it?
I guess no. Was the Dudley Boys tribute last week? Was that this? No. Yeah, that was last week.
Mickey James could have promo on Bully Ray this week, so that was.
Oh, okay. I was trying to think because like I said, I didn't care for the heel turn of Tony Storm, but they interrupted a match in between there, I do believe. So that was probably a women's match.
So Ruka versus Alba Fire probably mine.
That probably wasn't good. I saw a couple of highlights from it, but I heard bad things about the show as a whole that week, so I ain't finished.
It was a terrible show. That was the only good part.
That's what I heard. I heard it was especially bad, so I was like, I'm not finished. I'm gonna go through and see if it catches my eye. But
and Laura Valkyrie had their tag match with Toxic Attraction, but it was rushed because they only had they had to do their entrance and they had to do it fast, so you tell they were rushed because they're like, you only got 7 minutes. Do you split up
Toxic Attraction?
No.
Just wondering. No? Okay.
Especially if you gonna keep those dumb belts.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Gigi Dolan could be a single star, honestly, just with her look. I mean, maybe she'll get better and better in the ring. She wasn't horrible as Priscilla Kelly. It's just the stigma of being the girl that pulls out.
Be a bigger star than she would, if I'm being honest. According from the
crowd. But I mean, do you think Gigi Dolan still lives with the stigma from Priscilla Kelly and the whole tampon gimmick?
All right, I saw it, because it was on Fightful, and they had a whole episode based on it. But
that's what I'm saying.
But I think that's the reason WWE changed the whole look.
Yeah,
She
I
looks
was gonna say because
completely
there's a lot of
different.
people that don't. There's a lot of people that don't know that Priscilla Kelly is Gigi Dolan. I mean, a lot. Man, Darby Allin also takes the L always because you dropped the ball on that. But maybe she's a horrible person. But man,
I'm just assuming that
he was
WWE
married to her,
changed.
bruh.
They made her
Like,
turn. They made her hair turn orange. And like nobody will ever know who you are. Don't be. They cut her
well,
hair.
she still had the same tattoo, or was did the rose tattoo? Because she still did the rose thing, but the rose low key replaced the tampon.
I think the rose tattoo was after, wasn't it? After she became part of that group.
Okay, I was gonna say because the rose, I thought the rose low key freaking.
It might have still there, but I thought it was after. Oh, we got Sheamus and we got the Viking Raiders versus Sheamus and
Yeah, that's
Drew
the little
McIntyre.
thing they're doing to decide who's gonna go after the SmackDown tag team titles.
This should be a banger. They look like they've been a War Raiders right now instead of Viking Raiders.
Yeah,
If you
that was
remember
still
War
the
Raiders,
stupidest name change ever. They should have just always been the War Raiders. It worked in NXT.
if
I
you
don't know why
remember
it
the
didn't
War
work.
Raiders, they were a nasty group. They was
They
so good.
trashed the Indies and then they came to NXT and trashed it too. Took the belts and came to the main roster, became the Viking Raiders, and now they're getting a little bit of their edge back finally.
They play basketball.
They did play basketball with the New Day, right?
That was the Street Profits.
Oh, was it the damn? It was the Street Profits.
Montez
That made
Ford
me
was
sound
yelling all the-
racist. I don't think all of them niggas look the same. Obviously, the New Day and the Street Profits look completely different. My bad.
Just
I
say the light
don't want
skin. Just
anybody
say the
to.
brown skin brothers and not the dark.
You know, I gotta defend my nigga card in the chat down in the comments. I don't want anybody to get mad.
Like I said last week, I think WWE got the potential if they build this tag division to be amazing.
True.
But we'll see if they can pull off. If to getting the revival back.
Yeah, that changes the whole game, bruh. Legado del Fantasma versus the Revival.
Yeah. The Viking Raiders basically being the War Raiders again, even though they ain't called it, but still. I just like the act of the War Raiders.
I think that was a stupid. What's so offensive about war?
I think there's a lot of offensive about. Hey, Sarah had a nice touch on them.
I mean, as a name.
I don't know. It might be something Vince had with it, but this match looking very physical about right now. But
as it should.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like I said, if you get them, I did see that Dax and them said, "Hey, Vince didn't like us, so it makes it a little more complicated." But I also saw Dax. I saw Dax a little pissed off at WWE, so that's also interesting.
Yeah.
So I think
that Jay Briscoe slight might cut deeper than they think it did, and it was a slight. Don't get it twisted. Fuck whoever's at WB that fucking thought that was cool.
Yeah, so that might even out what they were doing. So that might even out the Vince. If Triple H says, "Hey, listen, I'm in charge," Vince said,
if they sell and keep Triple H in charge, they come back, right? You think?
I think it's a high % chance, especially if they do it in the next. But they have to do it in the next few months though, because you don't want to wait till June to try to sign again.
Yeah, but their contracts are up in April, so.
Sheamus is so over. Shout out to Sheamus. But I'm interested. They got a chance if they actually put effort in the tag division.
Yeah, because they've got plenty of good tag teams.
Yeah, they do. So we'll see. We'll see what they do with it. We'll find out. Like I said, even the Brawling Brutes is a good one.
Yeah. Shout out to Ridge Holland for not maiming anyone else.
The Sheamus. Oh, what they do with the IC title? Sheamus get the IC title at WrestleMania?
I don't think so.
Or do you wait a little longer? Maybe wait till Europe again, Money in the Bank?
Yeah, you got to give. I think Gunner needs a record run. I don't know what the record for the IC title is, but if it's nothing too extravagant, I think he should break it.
I think I do start feeling like if you do that, you'll be getting what Monte complained about. Like, no, the title never changes from nobody. Because when Bianca loses,
But that's more. But think that's
When
more
did the
real.
Usos lose their title?
But I'm saying that's way more realistic because look at how many niggas in actual legitimate combat sports hold. Look at John Jones. He never lost the title. Cocaine beat John Jones. No person did. The one
But
loss
there
on
are
John.
other titles that do switch
But
them.
I'm saying the
So that's
one
the thing.
loss on John Jones records because he peed hot for weed. That's the only time he lost because he won the match and then peed hot for weed. So they went back and gave him the L.
I
That's not
don't
even a
mind title reign,
loss.
but I feel like every title reign can't be long. Like what title changes beside the SmackDown Women's
No,
title
but think about how
and the
long
US
they.
title?
No, but think about how long WWE went just switching the titles like they didn't mean shit.
But yeah, but you can't have like 4
Think
300-day
they
champions.
were I know, but they were playing hot potato with the WWE championship before they gave Roman both.
You ain't gotta play hot potato with it, but if every
But they
title gotta have
were.
300 days,
But they were though. They were playing
you know
hot potato with it.
what I'm saying? But if you have everybody at 300-day title reigns, you like, okay.
But that's not what they were doing. Niggas was lucky to get 50, 60 before they had to give it up.
But Tori, it's getting close now.
Bobby Lashley had 3 different title reigns in the whole time that Roman
I'm
had
just
the
saying
Universal
now.
belt.
I'm just saying now it's getting kind of.
No, but I'm
When does
saying
Bianca lose the belt?
But I'm saying 3 WWE championship runs. That's not counting his United States title runs. Like they were playing hot
United States.
potatoes with every belt
United
but the
States
Universal.
United States is kind of hot potato. The
Yeah.
SmackDown Women Champions hot potato. Every other title is like literally locked down for months.
But it's not like it's been like that for years though, except for Roman.
But I'm just saying it's getting to that point where like when these people gonna lose. I say he lose to Sheamus and Money in the Bank so Europe can go crazy when Sheamus wins.
I don't know. But Europe goes crazy if Walter retains though too.
But you don't want him to beat Sheamus twice in a year.
I don't know. Depends on what plans you have for him.
Everybody wants Sheamus to win that title because that's the only
They're
title
going to need, once Roman comes up off a belt, they're going to need more main event heels. Walter is that.
Yeah, Walter. Then you
Imperium
got
are that.
and if you bring back Bobby and that group, which it seems like they might be doing.
I don't know. Bring the Hurt back. Do you bring the Hurt business back as baby faces though?
No, you do it here.
But they need baby faces, not heels.
I personally think that what's the name gonna win something? Mustafa Ali. I think it felt like it's a setup for him to win.
I can see him beating Austin Theory before I see him beating Walter. But is he on SmackDown or Raw?
He's on Raw, so that would be
okay. So yeah, Austin Theory. But I'd like to see, and it might be a while, but I'd like to see freaking Santos Escobar as the Intercontinental champion.
I would too. That's what I'm saying. I think you got options that you can actually do it with, and don't have to have it. Just make it. Because we're not gonna pretend like Gunther's, aka Walter's Intercontinental title reign hasn't been amazing. It's
been super good.
Special. But
it's because they had him hold it for so long. It's the same way he made the United Kingdom Championship and NXT feel so good because he held it for 871 days. And when Pete Dunne finally beat him, it was amazing.
But all I'm saying is you can't have Bianca's coming up on a year now.
Yeah,
she's coming up on a year.
I've been said to take the belt off Bianca.
But she's the star of the women's division right now.
I don't know. I feel like there's plenty of. They're just not willing to put them up there. There's plenty of dots you can connect to make a women's star in the division. It's not lacking talent by any means, unlike AEW's.
But she's John Cena right now. She got a TV show.
Oh, I forgot about the TV show.
Like I'm just saying they're gonna promote it. And like only person I think right now that could beat it would be Bayley, but Bayley has lost to her so many. But Bayley has lost to her 4 times. Like
all the reason why she should finally get the dub.
And then you got Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss can't beat her unless something weird. That'd be.
She's too busy dancing with Uncle Howdy in the goddamn entranceway.
Hey, how do you, before we get off, I know we gotta get off. Shout out to the people that's watching. Remember to like and subscribe. We have the J Briscoe GoFundMe in the description below. So go down there and check that out. Like I said, if you enjoy the content, like and subscribe. Super chats, all that stuff. I know it's just random, but it's all below. I appreciate y'all for watching. But where does this go with Alexa Bliss? By the way, have you liked this feud? I hated the match on Raw, but everything else been kind of, it's getting me because it's like callbacks to random TV shows and old moments.
We'll see how this pitch black match turns out. Are you talking about LA Knight?
I'm talking about Alexa.
Oh, yeah, no, it's been kind of. I don't think they should be putting her next to Bray Wyatt again so soon after him coming back. If I'm being honest.
I don't think they're doing. I think they're trying to do Uncle Howdy and not Bray.
Yeah, but Uncle Howdy is still Bray. He sat in the ring and said he is Uncle Howdy, even though we know Uncle Howdy's another.
Bo Dallas?
Exactly.
He has Bo Dallas glove on, bro. I'm like, bro, come on, Bo. You gotta change your gloves in there. How do you feel about the scary movie scene between Alexa and I saw so many people complain about? I loved it. I'm sorry, I'm a scary movie stan. The little put your hand on the head and let her swing is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Paris. I know, Paris.
Did you like the him showing up and dancing in the entryway and then disappearing?
That was so strange. I did like the Keith Lee spot though. When she said bitch come up from behind. Yeah. And then they did the Uncle Howdy thing, and I'm like, and just blue light show up.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel. They could turn it around for me to make me like it, but they have to do it in the next 2 weeks. And
I don't think it's gonna go
because it's parts that I don't like, and it's parts I do. So you can end it strong, and then I was like, okay, that was worth it.
I'm just hoping the pitch black match turns out good.
God, the War Raiders good. I just forget.
What do you think though, before we go? Because the pitch black match, and we'll obviously talk about this more come next Friday when we're the day before the Royal Rumble. But what do you think this pitch? Because they still haven't told us what this pitch black match is. Is it a lights out match? Are they actually going to have them in the dark? I think that could be horrible. I'm hoping it's just a metaphor for a lights out match. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's like a street fight and with like limited lighting or something.
Oh God, limited lighting sounds so cringy.
Oh, didn't Impact try a pitch black match where it was pure dark and nobody seen the crowd just booed?
Yeah, but where this is Mountain Dew adjacent, I just don't know how much they're gonna I just don't want them to overproduce this because that would be the worst thing they could do. You gotta give
this match is so good, bro.
You gotta give it time for Bray to show that he can do more than talk in circles and give LA Knight a chance to show off some of his chops too. But let's get on out of here.
Can we give LA Knight before we get our credit for them? Because those little commercials that he's been doing on TV for Mountain Dew has been incredible.
They have been funny.
Mountain Dew.
I just don't, like I said, I just hope this isn't an overproduced jumble of a match.
The Viking Raiders and Sheamus and Drew McIntyre might be the match of the week next week. I'm just letting y'all know that might be the match of the week. I'm sorry. This is fire. We're about to get out of here. I appreciate y'all. Remember, the description has all of the content you need, telling you about the Comcast stuff, telling you about Jay Briscoe, RP, to one of the greatest tag teams, if not the greatest to ever do it. Shout out to
Most
them.
Definitely.
Remember to like and subscribe. Go in the description, all that stuff below. Follow us. You see at the bottom all the team. Go to Overall 99 Sports. We got talking about sports tonight, so be there for that. I gotta text Joe, see if he's actually gonna be able to be on. And 2023 a good year, man. I appreciate y'all. The Rock is probably lying. I'm just letting y'all know.
Most definitely.
I'm creating narratives all 2023. So The Rock feels like he's lying. Even though to me it's not that big of a deal because like even if he is lying, I get Cody Rhodes.
That's how you play it up to the regular public, though. Oh, I don't think I'll be in shape in time. We all know that The Rock can get in ring shape within a month. Let's keep it just stacked.
Because he's already in regular shape.
So I was going to say, it's not like he's in bad shape to begin with.
And Stone Cold had less time. That's my whole argument. But
yeah,
Stone
Cold's also older, too, and had a broken neck. But Rock ain't ever broke his neck.
Yeah, and The Rock. I know some companies would be scared, but I don't think The Rock has not that much up right now.
The Rock
And
got stupid insurance anyways.
I know he probably got something with. I think he might have something with Disney, but Disney might buy WWE, so they probably don't care.
Yeah.
Make our revenue go up. You can go and do it, but
True.
So go ahead and do that. Because I know he just he told everybody from Warner Brothers to basically F you, so I know I ain't worried about that.
But like I said, that complicates things if you're having Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania, but you have Cody win the Rumble. What are you doing? But that's a conversation for a day before.
You know what could be interesting? You make the Royal Rumble go on before that match and have Cody win, and then that makes it interesting. Like, do Kevin Owens beat Roman Reigns? What if The Rock show up next week on Monday? It could go anyway. You know what I'm saying?
No, they're saving Rock for WrestleMania. I'm not talking
about The Rock being on Royal Rumble. I'm just talking about The Rock show up next week and start the storyline, basically.
I don't know if they'll even do that. I think it might be started in some way more subtle. I don't know if you just put The Rock on TV off the gate or what.
You don't have to put him on TV. We don't have to put him. I'm just saying The Rock don't show up.
We'll get into that in the coming shows.
But hold on, let's do this before we go, because it is Monday and we won't be here.
You keep on. It's Friday.
Listen. We started on Monday. They have the nomination ceremony. Everybody's supposed to show up, but The Rock doesn't show up. So Roman Reigns feel disrespected. This is The Rock. That's how you start. You don't have to show up.
But I was going to say, your thing was him showing up. I was saying I don't think they have him show up. I think they settle up in a more subtle way, something like what you just said.
Oh, that's what I'm just talking about, just like subtle stuff like that.
I was going to say, I don't think you show The Rock.
But my thing is the Royal Rumble, just having Cody win and then having Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns after. And then you'd be like, does Roman Reigns lose the belt to Kevin Owens?
Yeah. Either way.
I don't think it's hated as it used to be. I think people prefer that Sammy or Cody do it. But
yeah.
I appreciate y'all. We finally gonna get out here. Tori, where can they find you?
AfroComedy 765 on everything. Of course, on Overall 99 Media, being an Overall 99 scumbag. Casual conversations every Wednesday. You know the vibes.
And you know where to find me. All the links is below. All the hosts. I'm Zell May. That's AfroComedy 765. You got Unico. You got Monte. Shout out to all of them. I appreciate y'all. This match, by the way, go watch Viking Raiders versus Drew and what's his name. It's been fun to watch from even down here. If I've been distracted,